There are several happy moments. One of the best is the day I got married to my wife, Luann. That's been 49 years ago, and it was good then. It's gotten better. I'm not saying I've been a perfect husband, but then we had children, and it got even happier yet. And now I have grandkids, and it's happier yet. So it's been kind of a progression of really a good journey with a special mate all these years, and it just got better and better and better. So I'd say it was a good start, and it's really going good yet. So my dad was born in Alaska because my grandfather came from Scotland to here as a printer. So he worked actually in Fairbanks in the early 1900s and ended up in Nenana in 1917. So while he was in Fairbanks, he delivered newspapers. He printed them, delivered them, and then got into the grocery business. And finally ended up in Nenana. That's where my dad was born. That's where I was born in Fairbanks, but I was only up here 10 days, and back to Nenana we went. So my dad was both a mayor, and he's always been in politics. He was a mayor, he was a state legislator, he was actually a territorial legislator. He was actually on the Constitutional Convention in the 50s, and then he was a senator in the first legislature, finally lieutenant governor in the 90s. So he had a whole life of public service, which really affected me, because as he was a mayor, as he was a senator, as he was going to the Constitutional Convention, I was a sidekick. I was in on all of it, got to see it. So Dad really set the example. But I wanted to go a different direction. I became a Christian early in my 20s, and I wanted to go work in the church, serve the Lord. I was going to do whatever it took. And I did. I ended up 15 years as a pastor's assistant in a local church. But I've been what I would consider a faithful follower. I'm not saying I've been perfect, but my family moved to Fairbanks eventually, and I took care of my dad in his late years until he died. He actually died in my house after staying with me for 3 years where he just needed that help. But I took care of him the last 10 years of his life. Spiritually, my mom was my best mentor. Working as a servant, my dad was the best example. Gentleman, he was a live wire though. He was a storyteller, all that. So my grandfather set the stage, good businessman, and a hard worker. My grandma and my grandpa on my dad's side, they set the stage for me to be all in on Alaska. They loved it, my dad loved it, I do too. So I'm all in on Alaska. Could I go somewhere else? Yes. Do I want to? No. So that's one of the reasons why I'm running for the borough mayor, because the quality of life in Alaska has always been an uphill battle. And we have big challenges, but the challenges are part of the good thing about Alaska, because you get to watch it grow. And my dad did. I'm looking forward to earning your vote October 1 for the borough mayor.
Paid for by committee to elect John B. Coghill Jr., P.O. Box 58003 Fairbanks, Alaska 99711.